Let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're taking a metaphorical journey straight out into the savannah. We're going to look at a typical day in the life of a lion. Not just as a biology lesson. Actually, scratch that, it's more like a masterclass in human strategy, power, and razor-sharp focus.
Because honestly, ask yourself right now, are you working like prey? So often in our day-to-day lives, we just find ourselves constantly scrambling. We're exhausted, reacting to every little movement, every ping, every email around us. It's this deeply ingrained human instinct to just stay endlessly, frantically busy. But today, we're flipping the script. We're going to contrast that exhausting prey mindset with the incredibly calculated, highly deliberate behavior of an absolute apex predator.
Okay, let's dive into this with Lesson 1, the strategy of rest and conserving energy.
And this starts a whole lot slower than you might think. 20. That is the magic number. 20 hours a day is what a lion spends asleep or just lounging calmly under a tree, every single day. And here is the absolute secret. They do it completely without guilt. They are entirely at peace with this massive amount of downtime. Now, in our human world, we almost always associate doing nothing with laziness, right? We feel like, hey, if we aren't moving, we aren't producing. But for a lion, resting for 20 hours and only hunting when absolutely necessary isn't laziness at all. It is a brilliant energy conservation strategy. It's literally about preserving your absolute peak power for when it actually matters.
Which leads us directly to Lesson 2, presence speaks volumes, and establishing your territory.
When that lion finally wakes up, they absolutely make it known. 8 kilometers. That is the sheer scale and reach of a lion's roar. Just think about that immense distance for a second. A single, deep roar can travel across 8 kilometers of open terrain simply to announce, I own this.
And this brilliantly illustrates our next point. Presence speaks louder than conflict. You simply do not need to fight every single rival that crosses your path. A strong, undeniable presence actually prevents conflict before it even starts. Let your voice, your reputation, and your firm boundaries do the heavy lifting for you.
All right, Lesson 3, the power of silence. The hunt begins.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the core idea here. The most dangerous move is the one nobody hears coming. When the hunt is actually on, lions never growl before an ambush. They stalk in absolute quiet. And the parallel here is huge. Hunting your goals in complete silence is just so much more effective than broadcasting your plans to the entire world. You do not need to make noise to make an impact.
Moving right along to Lesson 4, mastering team dynamics through coordinated action.
When things heat up, the pacing is totally in sync. Notice the clear separation of biological roles here. The male lions protect the pride, the females coordinate the hunt, they execute their specific duties strictly, and neither competes with the other. There is absolutely no fighting over who is doing what, because both of these distinct roles are totally essential for the pride's survival. The message for our own teams is crystal clear. Know your role. Ultimate teamwork really relies on everyone mastering their specific domain rather than endlessly fighting for the spotlight. You literally can't win if everybody's trying to be the quarterback, right?
Finally, we reach the end of the day with Lesson 5, survival over ego and the art of walking away.
Sometimes hunts go wrong. Tough calls have to be made. Survival is better than a dead ego. A lion does not fight to the death over a single meal. If the risk gets too high, or if the prey proves just a little too dangerous to take down, the lion simply retreats. There's no shame, there's no damaged pride, it just walks away and waits for tomorrow.
So the crucial point is this: live to hunt another day. Walking away from a losing fight isn't a failure. It's actually a highly strategic win. Preserving your resources and surviving is always, always better than letting a bruised ego drive you into a fatal mistake. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a direct challenge. Look at these 5 tactics: resting strategically, projecting undeniable presence, taking action in silence, mastering your specific role, and completely dropping your ego. So, what does this all mean for you? Which of these 5 traits do you need to adopt tomorrow to stop scrambling like prey and start operating like an apex predator?